Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we finally got the full-on reveal for the Season 5 Reloaded update. This is going to be physically a massive update dropping on Wednesday, including weapon updates. We've got content drops coming with it, and today we got a slight preview as to what to expect with the update in its entirety across multiplayer, zombies, Warzone, and of course the global updates as well. So we're diving into all the details. If you enjoy the video, a like rating is always seriously appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, this is your one-stop shop every single day for all things going on in COD, so feel free to hit that subscribe button to guarantee you are always up to date. So unfortunately, in classic COD timing, they are constructing a new road or something outside of my house, it sounds like. So if you guys hear insane construction noises in the background of the commentary, do apologize. Not really anything I can do about it, but what I can do is go through and give you all the intel on the Season 5 Reloaded update that we have across all modes here. So the brawl continues in Season 5 Reloaded. The battle for supremacy rages on in the upcoming Season 5 Reloaded mid-season updates, jam-packed with content, which it welcomes Ink House, another vivid cell-shaded map, pair strategy, skill, and play in 4 new and returning game modes in multiplayer, the final story for zombies in Warzone, head to Rebirth and get looting for the return of Supreme Resurgence, and more. So, of course, we've talked about this in the past couple of videos, but I want to really just hammer this point. This is going to be a massive download. If you're on like Battle.net or something, you might have already seen there's a preload live. It's like 100 gig preload. This is a major update because they are going through and reducing the overall file size of the game on everyone's platform. They're introducing a new texture streaming cache option as well. And because this update is going to be so large on Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific time, they are giving everyone some community packs, which is 10 hours of double weapon XP, 10 hours of double XP, and 10 battle pass tier skips as well. Because we're going to have to download a ton. PlayStation's going to have 4 individual downloads just for this update. So a lot to brace yourselves for there. If you have not so great internet, unfortunately, you're probably going to have to spend a lot of time downloading this. You may want to leave your console or your computer on while you're at work or school or wherever while it's downloading in the background. So MW3 overview. So the multiplayer stuff here. We've got the Ink House map variant, which of course is just Stash House, but it's cell shaded. I actually really like the look of these cell shaded maps. It's pretty cool to play on, and most of them are bright. They're vibrant. I overall like maps that are like that just in general. We've got new and returning modes. So Cyber Attack now officially confirmed. We first learned of this back in the dev call that I was a part of prior to Season 5, but Cyber Attack from MW 2019 is officially now making its return. We also have Fish Fection, where the infected are fish. So in place of humans versus infected, this variant pits cats against fish. So cats are equipped with the Torque 35 bow and the spear. Fish operators must find a way to dispose of their feline enemies, thus turning them to their own side. So infect all the cats or survive the time limit to win. Super gimmicky twist on infected, but if that's your thing, it'll be fun to mess around with. We've also got paintball. So this is going to be like realistic paintball here. You compete across hardpoint and domination on various different cell shaded tune oxide and cell ship variants there. So it's basically just straight up paintball. You actually shoot paintball as the image shows here, which is pretty interesting. It's like one shot, you're out. There's paintball velocity. Pretty cool there. Diffuse or destroy is basically S&D, but the bombs start as planted. You have to go through and defuse them in time when the round starts. For the zombies overview here, keep in mind this is the final significant zombies update for all of Modern Warfare 3. Season 6, I guess, just isn't going to have anything significant here. So the final battle, head into the gravity-defying Dark Ether in the final zombie story mission. We have a new rift and new schematics as well. So descend into the Dark Ether one last time, sever the connection between Ava and the entity to stop the Dark Ether from seeping into the exclusion zone, traverse the new area using Ethereum launch pads while fighting off zombies and initiating the final boss battle. Operators who complete the narrative-driven final story mission will be rewarded with a cinematic conclusion, as well as the first piece needed to access the new Dark Ether Rift. Now, there's a new repeatable Dark Ether Rift here. Seek out the remaining pieces to access this and face the challenge that awaits, including permanent unlocks as a reward. We also have 3 new schematics: the Disciple Bottle, which gives you a friendly disciple; the Grenade Bandolier, which is basically just restock. You can refill your tactical and lethal equipment because it replenishes them over time. Then there's also a stash increase up to 30 that's found via a schematic. So you actually have to find that exfil with it, and then you'll get that stash increase. Kind of weird that that's just not a default thing for all players. Hey, instead of 20, it's 30 now. So you can just have that by default. Instead, you have to go through and actually find that and exfil with that. So that's all the zombie stuff. enough, a pretty underwhelming final update, but hey, zombies the entire year post-launch has been pretty underwhelming, unfortunately. Hopefully Black Ops 6 changes that. With Warzone now, we've got Supreme Resurgence, new contracts, a new, in-game event as well. So Supreme Resurgence we've obviously had before. Within this, the ground loot is exclusively powerful meta-inspired blueprints featuring a variety of camos. So it's max attachment blueprints with cool-looking camos on them. The Resurgence timer also takes longer to complete, but actions take away the remaining time per usual there. You also get the permanent Spilled Beans camo if you win one match of Supreme Resurgence as well. There's also Elite contracts in all modes. These are contracts you have to complete in a shorter amount of time, so it's a bounty, but you have to complete it faster, or a scavenger, but you have to complete it faster, and you'll get increased rewards, including bonus XP, cash, and then one of the following: Foresight, a redacted weapon with 8 attachments, Specialist, or an advanced UAV. We also have the new Recon Flyover event, which is basically replacing the Operations Scan event, or Occupation Scan event, rather. So with this, 2 waves of advanced UAVs fly over, targeting the most populated area on the map. Anyone that's within the vicinity or the radius of the advanced UAV gets highlighted. You can, however, run out of the radius of the advanced UAV and not stay highlighted. So this is an event that wants you to move from where you're at. It's going to force players to get up and relocate during the match. So it does end up promoting movement, promoting relocation, and should hopefully help with the overall flow. No one's gonna be able to camp within that area unless they're content with showing up as an advanced UAV dot on the minimap. We also have the Warzone mobile specific updates here. Obviously, most of this being separate from standard Warzone and standard MW3 with like different events going on. They've got some new modes coming as well. So they're actually getting the arcade mode within mobile, which is kind of funny with all the 8-bit giant head characters that we obviously had in MW3 a little bit ago. There's new arcade coins and whatnot on the map, various different events going on in mobile as well. Warzone Mobile will synchronize with MW3 and Warzone for Season 5 Reloaded, sharing the same Battle Pass, Black Cell, weapon progression, and rewards, including most of the bundles as well. We then have, what is this skin? Anyways, we then have the universal content that's available in all modes here: new weapons, new store offerings, events, challenges, and whatnot. So 2 new weapons, bit more gimmicky. One has potential. It's not the spear, spoiler alert. This will be fun. If you're a melee fan, you can throw this and it actually impale players up to 3 at a time if you can get a collat lineup, but it's also just a melee weapon as well, so it'll work as both functions there. The weapon that I imagine is going to be more viable though is the Torque 35. This is going to be unlocked via a new weekly challenge for week 5, and this actually does have the potential to one-shot according to the devs if you fully charge the string on it. You can also like loose rapid fire it, like in a hip fire stance almost, they said, or you can fully charge it and shoot it with better velocity over longer distances there. We also have new store offerings. Of course, we don't really cover the store or care too much about the store here outside of event tethered stuff, just because, let's face it, most of the bundles are overpriced. They're not going to give you most of what it's valued for, and the store never breaks while the rest of the game is broken, so it's always not a great look, you know. But we do have the Crow crossover coming. This is going to be an operator bundle, but there should also be a new event with this as well. So the Crow movie is dropping soon, and they've got a crossover for that. Kind of an interesting one to do a crossover with, but nonetheless, it's gonna be a thing. We got new tracer packs, this wild looking one that just is a giant yellow blob. What we care about a little bit more though is the new weekly challenges and events. So obviously our Chainbreaker camo is still up for grabs. That won't be fully available until week 8 though, the final week of season 5. But we got some new events coming. The Wildlife Most Wanted event kicking off on this Wednesday, lasting 1 week until the 28th. We're also going to see the Emotional Overdrive event starting on September 12th. Obviously, there's going to be a break in events while the Black Ops 6 beta is going on, for what it's worth. We also have the Code Bowl coming up at COD next. We've got the beta coming up as mentioned as well, and they want you to buy MW3. I'm kind of surprised they don't talk about the aftermarket parts coming up. We do have an aftermarket part for the BAL 27 and the Spaz as well, or the Reclaimer 18, coming up in week 6 and 7 respectively, I believe. But this is a pretty standard mid-season update, and even more so a standard one that has the COD next and Black Ops 6 beta on the horizon. They obviously don't want to take away too much focus from that, so it's going to be a somewhat average Reloaded update in terms of content and what all is changing. Of course, on Wednesday though, we're going to see full-on patch notes with weapon updates, meta balances, other bug fixes, gameplay updates, stuff like that. So we've got even more coming on Wednesday. Right as the patch notes drop, I'll be covering them, so stay tuned for that alongside everything else going on in COD by hitting that subscribe button and turning on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is always really appreciated. It does help promote the video out into the YouTube algorithm a little bit more. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.